family, isn't it? The whole point of the attacks upon Prince Harry and his wife, whether they're coming from within the palace, on the record, off the record, nowhere near the record, or whether it's coming from Fleet Street, is because they're simply better at everything. They're better at PR, they're more media savvy, they're more articulate, they're more empathetic, crucially they're more accomplished. Look at their careers, compare their careers. They're more accomplished and they're more attractive. So here is the real sin of Harry Windsor, and this only occurred to me last night. But the real reason for the hatred, the viciousness, and this astonishing level of abuse is because they make a complete mockery of royalty itself. The idea that he gets the top job and he sits in the sidecar for the rest of his life is absolutely absurd.
Hello there and welcome to Meghan and Harry Tales. I'm your host, Adrian, and I'm so glad you've joined me today wherever you are to share in a conversation that's both timely and thought-provoking. Let's settle in together and take a closer look at a story that's been impossible to ignore. Today I want to talk about a story that has captivated the world: Prince Harry and Meghan, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. Their journey from royal insiders to independent figures has been followed by millions, dissected in countless articles, and debated in living rooms across the globe. Amidst the endless headlines, heated debates, and waves of criticism, one question stands out and demands our attention. Why do Harry and Meghan attract such intense scrutiny? Why does their every move seem to spark such passionate reactions? The answer, I believe, is simpler than it seems. It's not just about drama or spectacle, it's about something deeper, something that resonates with people on all sides of the conversation. When you look past the noise, the sensationalism and the constant chatter, a pattern begins to emerge. One that suggests the criticism isn't really about their failures, but rather about their remarkable successes and the way they've redefined what it means to be public figures. James O'Brien, a respected commentator, once theorized that the relentless attacks stem from the fact that Harry and Meghan are, in many ways, simply better at it all. They're more articulate, more empathetic and more media-savvy than many expected or perhaps even wanted them to be. Their charisma is undeniable. They have a natural ability to connect with people, to inspire, and to communicate their message with clarity and warmth. Excellence as a target. The issue, then, isn't what they're doing wrong, but everything they're doing right. Their achievements, their willingness to speak out, and their commitment to causes they care about have set them apart in a world that often resists change. This perspective shifts the entire conversation. It's not just about their departure from royal tradition, it's about their mastery of a new way of being, one that challenges old norms and embraces authenticity. They represent a modern influence, one built on genuine connection, real impact, and a willingness to be vulnerable in the public eye. Their story is about more than royalty. It's about transformation and the courage to forge a new path. Today we'll explore how their excellence, their boldness, and their authenticity became the very source of the vitriol they face and what that says about the world watching them. Let's dig deeper into this idea. Throughout history, countless innovators and visionaries have faced resistance not because they failed, but because they dared to excel. Their achievements challenged the status quo, making them targets for criticism and skepticism. Being exceptional can sometimes mean standing alone or even being misunderstood. Harry and Meghan are no strangers to this. They excel at public relations, not through clever spin or manipulation, but by choosing to communicate directly and authentically with the world. Their openness sets them apart in a landscape often dominated by carefully crafted images. Their brand, Archewell, is built on the pillars of compassion and action. It's not just a name. It's a movement that resonates with people across the globe, inspiring others to get involved and make a difference. Both are gifted speakers, able to connect emotionally with audiences of all backgrounds. They don't shy away from tough conversations, whether it's about grief, mental health, or racism. They use their voices to destigmatize and encourage open dialogue, a legacy of service and compassion. Their accomplishments speak volumes. The Invictus Games, created by Prince Harry, empower wounded veterans through sport. Meghan's tireless advocacy for women's rights, whether through grassroots work or speaking at the United Nations, continues to inspire global audiences. Their work is strategic and impactful, going far beyond ceremonial gestures or symbolic appearances. They focus on creating lasting, meaningful outcomes. Their empathy is genuine, visible in their warm interactions with people, and in their decision to control their own narrative through platforms like Netflix and Harry's memoir, Spare. They share their story on their own terms. Their charisma and visible affection for each other challenge the reserved facade often associated with traditional institutions, making them both relatable and, for some, controversial. They present a modern, relatable image, one that inspires many, but unsettles those who prefer the old ways. Their authenticity is both their strength and, at times, their vulnerability. In the end, excellence, especially when it's visible and disruptive, can make anyone a target. For Harry and Meghan, their pursuit of excellence has brought both admiration and intense scrutiny, proving that standing out often means standing up to criticism. True impact isn't measured by headlines, it's measured by the lives we touch and the hope we inspire in others. It's the quiet moments of kindness, the unseen acts of generosity, and the willingness to stand up for those who need it most that define a lasting legacy. For Harry and Meghan, service is not a fleeting gesture. It's a lifelong commitment. Harry's work with Centre Bali, for example, has brought vital support to children affected by HIV/AIDS in Lesotho and Botswana, offering hope, education, and a brighter future. Meghan's humanitarian journey has taken her from grassroots projects with World Vision to advocating for gender equality and social change at the United Nations. They don't just lend their names to causes, they roll up their sleeves and immerse themselves working alongside communities and amplifying voices that are too often unheard. Their shared belief is simple yet profound. With privilege comes responsibility. They use their platform to inspire others to take action and to remind us all that everyone can make a difference. Their joint efforts have been recognized globally, such as when they received the NAACP President's Award, a testament to their unwavering dedication to social justice and equality. In their acceptance speech, they spoke from the heart, uniting their different backgrounds and experiences under a common purpose: to build a more just and compassionate world. The power of authentic voices. Their vision extends beyond traditional charity. By launching the NAACP Archwell Digital Civil Rights Award, they support leaders tackling urgent issues like algorithmic bias and misinformation in the digital age. By funding Dr. Sophia Noble as the inaugural recipient, Harry and Meghan demonstrated a forward-thinking approach to philanthropy, championing those who are shaping a fairer future online. Their focus isn't just on today's challenges, they're investing in tomorrow's solutions, empowering young leaders and innovative thinkers to create lasting change. Their approach to service is deep, strategic, and always looking ahead, ensuring their impact will be felt for generations. This is the foundation of their legacy, a legacy built on compassion, action, and a vision for a better world. In a world full of polished images and surface-level soundbites, authenticity stands out. Harry and Meghan's willingness to be vulnerable has forged a powerful connection with the public. Harry's openness about grief and mental health broke taboos, especially for men and veterans. Meghan's courage in sharing her struggles with mental health and racism empowered countless others. Her Archetypes podcast created space for honest, empowering conversations. Their shared vulnerability makes them relatable and real. Their articulation isn't just eloquence, it's the courage to address difficult truths. Authenticity is their superpower, building trust that outlasts the negative press. Masters of the modern narrative. The Sussexes have redefined communication for the modern era. Rejecting the old media model, they've chosen to tell their story directly through interviews, documentaries, and books. The Oprah interview was a turning point, raw, emotional, and unfiltered. Their Netflix documentary and Harry's memoir, Spare, offered unprecedented personal insight. This multi-platform approach shows a sophisticated grasp of today's media landscape. They've built their own global media presence, connecting with younger, more diverse audiences. By speaking directly, they weaken the power of traditional media gatekeepers. Their narrative is now truly their own. So, why the hostility and tension? Because Harry and Meghan threaten the old order in ways that feel deeply personal. Their modern, emotionally intelligent influence unsettles institutions built on tradition and control. They challenge the status quo. By rejecting the old media pact and communicating directly, they've boldly declared independence. Their global appeal, especially among younger and more diverse communities, shifts power away from the establishment. The criticism they face is the last gasp of a system that's losing relevance and influence. It's easier to attack the messengers than to accept the real change they represent. As we close today's conversation, I'm left with a deep admiration for the path Harry and Meghan have chosen. Their journey is not without challenges, but it is defined by purpose, courage, and authenticity. They've shown us that true strength lies in vulnerability, and that compassion, when lived consistently, is a quiet revolution. Their work sparks global conversations and inspires real change. In a divided world, they offer a vision of connection and hope. Let's focus on the light they bring and celebrate their resilience, their grace, and their enduring impact. Thank you for joining me here on Meghan and Harry Tales. I'm Adrian, and I wish you a thoughtful day ahead. Until next time, stay kind, stay curious, and stay inspired.